Hi, this is Chandrashekhar Prabhu once again. In our last post, we discussed how the developers are going to get a windfall. We do not grudge the windfall that the developers are going to get due to the government slashing all the premiums and all the taxes to be paid by the developers. However, we felt that the main players, the main people who are the cooperative housing societies, the residents of Mada colonies, the slum dwellers, and the residents of old and dilapidated building get nothing from this benefit. Please understand that the agreement between the builder and the concerned society or the concerned tenants has been held long time ago. 5,800 projects where agreements have been done are stuck because the builder has stopped paying the rents and the work is at a standstill. We said that if the builders get the benefit, some portion of the benefit should be given to those who own the land or who are tenants on the land or who are the real beneficiaries for whom the FSI has been increased. Remember, the FSI has not been increased for the developer. This post of ours received such a tremendous response that we have been getting calls after calls, and people have been responding saying that the government ought to transfer the benefits to the beneficiaries. The government therefore recently announced in response to our post that they shall ask the developers to pay the taxes. What tax? The stamp duty which the developer has to pay will not be transferred to the buyer. Now just understand how many flats are sold in the city of Mumbai and around every year. Not more than 15 to 20,000. How many flats were sold in the last entire year? 6,800. So if at all the government says the benefit will be transferred to the consumer, how many people is it supposed to be benefiting? It is supposed to be benefiting 5 to 6,000 or at the most 8,000 people in a city which has 1 crore 25 lakh people. Whereas a handful builders will get more than 5,000 crores worth exemption in taxes and all the premiums. Now, the government may be very sincere when it says that we are reducing the premiums for the builders. However, the buyer should benefit so that the stamp duty should be paid by the builder. Immediately on this announcement, the builders groups in Nashik, the builders group in Pune and in other cities got together and they pointed out to the government. They've written letters to the government. We know such letters have been written, which says very clearly that listen, the discount that you are giving on the premiums, those premiums are calculated on the basis of the ready reckoner land value. However, the stamp duty is calculated not on the basis of land value but on the selling price. So the difference between the land value and the selling price of a flat is huge. In some cases 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. And so by reducing the premium, if you make us pay the stamp duty, our project will be unviable. So we cannot accept this. This is what the builders from different parts of the state of Maharashtra have written to the government. So in practice, what will happen? What will happen is very clear. The stamp duty, even if the government forces the builders to pay the stamp duty, it will be levied on the buyer by increase in the flat prices. Why do I say it? It's very clear. The government does not have the wherewithal to check with the builder at what rate he is selling. The RERA even doesn't ask the builder at what rate he is selling. The RERA doesn't have a right to ask the builder if yesterday he says the price of sale is 30,000 rupees and today he says it's 40,000 rupees per square feet. The RERA cannot say why are you charging more, because that is beyond the purview of RERA. There is no authority which maintains a ledger on what price the builder is selling the flat. The stamp duty officer just goes by the agreement. The agreement is one thing and the actual price is another thing. Some payment is taken in cash. It is very clearly known. So the bottom line is that if the builders are told to pay the stamp duty, then the price of the flat will be increased and adjusted to make it appear very clearly that the price of the flat, the increased price of the flat, not only will pay for the stamp duty, but will also fetch more benefits to the developer. Hence, the government may be very sincere in feeling that the benefits that are given to the builder in the form of reduction in premium worth 5,000 crores or even more should be transferred to the buyer of the flat. That is not going to happen. Clearly, that is not going to happen. The buyer is going to pay more for the flat, and that extra money will be much more than what the stamp duty that the builder gives. So it is in a way cheating of the people. The flat owner doesn't get anything, the cooperative society member doesn't get anything, the resident of Mada colony doesn't get anything, the tenant in old and dilapidated cess building doesn't get anything, the slum dweller doesn't get anything. The benefit of reduction in premium only goes only to the developer. The so-called payment of the stamp duty would in effect be recovered from the buyer in the form of increased prices, because there is no mechanism to control the prices. There is no mechanism to find out that before the decision of the government to make the developer pay the stamp duty, the prices, what were the prices, and after the decision whether the prices have remained the same. If the prices remain the same and the builder pay the stamp duty, then we understand. But that is not going to happen. That has not happened. In fact, the builders from Nashik and Pune have very clearly indicated that this system of discount and premiums is not going to make our schemes viable if we have to pay the stamp duty. So, if you force us to pay the stamp duty, we would be forced to increase the prices of the flat. So, in fact, by giving discount to the developers, the buyers are penalized because they will have to pay more, and the people on whose land the redevelopment is taking place will not benefit at all in any way whatsoever from this. It is time that the people should realize and write to the government. In our next post, we shall deal with the fight between the leader of the opposition and the government on the benefits that are being transferred to the developers. We shall understand what the opposition wants to say, we shall understand what the government wants to say, and we shall also understand what is the citizens' point of view. With this is Chandrashekhar Prabhu bidding you au revoir, promising you to come with more posts very soon. Till then, bye for now.